Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Football Talk with myself and Alex. At this point, you kind of know the drill already. We're going to be hitting scores for the week, and then getting into player injuries and news as well throughout the week. We do have a little bit of news with trades and everything since the trade deadline is coming up, but I guess we're just going to hop straight into the scores for the week. We had our Thursday matchup to start off Week 8 between the Redskins and the Vikings. Not a huge surprise there. Vikings coming out on top 19-9. If you all have been paying attention to our polls at all, this was the most one-sided voting we've ever had, as literally everybody on our poll was like, yo, Vikings are winning this because, well, the Redskins are struggling. It just is what it is. I don't know how to fix it. I think they made a good start when they fired Gruden, but yeah, they're struggling hard.
Yeah, they're not good.
Yeah.
But at this point, they did beat the tank team, but I still think the tank team is a little bit better than them.
Yeah, I mean, really I'd still say there's like a four-way race for who's going to tank the season, because while I get both the Redskins and the Jets both have one win, they haven't looked good since that one win.
I don't understand the Jets. I always thought you were talking about the Falcons.
Oh, yeah. The Falcons are a better team than how they're playing, though.
See, but it makes no sense, though. But anyway, we're back to the Redskins. We'll get to the Falcons in a little bit.
Well, actually, that's our very next game is the Seahawks and the Falcons.
Just looking at that matchup, I can tell you that the Seahawks were going to win.
Yeah, it was closer than I think most people thought. Seahawks coming out on top 27-20, so one possession game there.
My man finally got some touchdowns, too.
DK Metcalf?
DK Metcalf.
Yeah.
Granted, I think they were both like a 1-yard touchdown and a 4-yard touchdown.
That's the situations that he should thrive in the red zone, is those short touchdowns, because the dude is a monster.
Dude, he just towers over cornerbacks.
I'm not even talking height-wise. The dude is a monster. Like, he has like, 2% body fat or something?
2% body fat, and I think he weighs like 250.
The dude is just he's a monster. So, I mean, those short situations where he can literally just overpower you on a short touchdown, that's where he thrives.
Well, heck, on one of them, there was no one near him.
Well, I mean, that also happens. Yeah, Seahawks keep on rolling. Russell Wilson keeping his MVP season rolling.
I don't think they'll win their division, though.
Think that's going to go to the Niners?
I think so.
Yeah, I'm with you.
But I can see the Seahawks winning the wild card real easily.
Oh, yeah, I think Seahawks will take NFC wild card at the very least. Like, they're rolling pretty good. The Seahawks are a force to be reckoned with right now. You hopping into game number 3, or I guess 2 on Sunday, was between the Eagles and the Bills. Unfortunately, the Eagles came out on top, 31-13. Dude, the Bills,
they just fell apart at the end.
Yeah, their offense did what it's been doing. They haven't put up big numbers in any game as an offense.
Well,
the defense just got gassed at the end there.
They were doing good until I think Josh Allen either fumbled it or threw a pick on like he was in the red zone. So I thought it was a 16. But anyway, from then on, it just didn't look the same. It was terrible.
Yeah. Bills struggled, but hopefully they have a good bounce-back game. They were playing a team that needed a bounce-back game in the Eagles, and they got that after they got their butts royally stomped by the Cowboys. So
just had to work that one in there.
I mean, it was the last game they played, so, you know, when you get stomped that bad by a divisional opponent and then you go into your next game, it's like, okay, we have to play better. And they did.
Yeah.
Hopping into next game, we had a matchup between the Chargers and the Bears. Unfortunately, Bears fans, your kicking woes are still there.
You know what? I do not blame the kicker on that one.
I mean,
I blame the coach. That he had an opportunity to get at least a few more yards closer.
Yeah, I'm not going to say that, but still.
There was an
It was, what, like
opportunity
a
there.
40-some yarder?
It was 54.
Was it
It
54?
was a 54-yard field goal to win the game.
Yeah.
And
Probably
he had
should have moved
2
closer.
downs to get it closer.
Chargers coming out on top 17-16. Bears losing on yet another missed field goal. Because, well, how else would the Bears lose?
Well, they were talking about the other day, and it's like all the Bears are like, no, we're 100% behind Trubisky, and everyone else is like, yeah, you're just saying that to say that at this point.
Yeah, no. Bears fans, Trubisky isn't your answer. Clearly, y'all let him know that, because I've heard that y'all have booed him a couple times, but still. Bears front office, find somebody new.
Dude, I wouldn't be surprised at some point they just put Chase in there to see if it could make a difference.
I mean, he did okay in the few games that he played.
I feel like he knows the offense better.
I don't even know if it's that. I think it's just, I don't think that Trubisky is going to make those leaps and bounds that he has to.
Oh, I don't think so either.
Because every time he looks like he does, he then takes like 3 steps back. And it's like, dude, what the heck?
Yeah. And that offense should be just as potent as the Vikings offense.
I don't know if I'd say that potent. Like, they've got some weapons, but it's not anywhere near that Vikings offense.
I was trying to think of another divisional opponent to compare them to, and the Vikings came up first.
Yeah, I mean,
it's probably more like Detroit, but they're all over 500, aren't they, in that division?
yeah. They're all, no, the Bears
aren't.
The Bears are 3-4. The rest of them are at least 500 or over.
Okay.
Next matchup is another one from that division with the Giants and the Lions. Lions coming out on top 31-26.
Man, Saquon Barkley.
Yeah. The dude, again, he's kind of like DK Metcalf, just all in his legs.
Did you see that stiff arm / shove?
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
Saquon, well, he just keeps doing what he does because his legs are the size of my face.
Yeah. Like, if no one saw this, he had a stiff arm on a guy. He stiff armed him. The guy held his arm as he was going down, and he just, like, manhandled them, almost Marshawn Lynchian, to the ground, and then kept going.
Pretty much. I mean, the Lions are looking decent. The problem with the Lions is they look good a lot of times, and then they just can't finish it.
I think the main problem is their division.
I'm part of that. At the same time, also missing, your best cornerback in Darius Slay, so that doesn't help your defense at all.
No.
And also now with your top running back being out, they're missing some stuff.
Who's the running back right now?
Yeah. They actually, I don't know. I don't know who it is right now because I was about to say they trade for someone, but they haven't. So I don't know who it is.
Well, apparently Slay might be on the trade block today. The rumor.
Yeah, I don't know. I could see the team putting him up, trying to get some draft capital, get some younger guys. I don't see him saying, "Hey, get rid of me." Because
no, I don't think he's doing it. I think it's more of do we want picks or a player at this point?
Yeah, but anybody could be on the trade block except your obvious dude you never gonna get rid of.
Yeah.
Next game we had between the Buccaneers and the Titans. Titans coming out on top 27-23. Jameis Winston still doing Jameis Winston things and giving everybody the ball. He didn't get kicked in the face.
He got kicked in the face, so he almost got sacked.
Yeah, no, that was Watson, not Winston.
Oh, dang it.
Wrong game.
Sorry. I was really excited to talk about that one game.
Wrong game. We ain't there yet. No, Jameis Winston's still looking at defenders and going, you get the ball, you get the ball, you get the ball. Every defender gets the ball. Because, well, he's Jameis Winston and he tries to play Superman and it's not working, dude.
Who's worse, Trubisky or Winston?
Trubisky.
Really?
Winston will turn it over more, but he'll also make up for it, or at least try to make up for it. Whereas if Trubisky turns it over, that's it.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah.
Winston's at least putting numbers up behind the turnovers. Trubisky's not.
That is true.
But yeah, Titans winning that one behind Ryan Tannehill. So clearly the Mariota era is done in Tennessee. Sorry, Tennessee fans, that didn't pan out, but it happens.
Yeah, but going in there, everyone always questioned it anyway.
Yeah. I feel like Winston's probably also done in Tampa, so don't feel bad. The 1 and 2 picks, neither one panned out, so it's not like you missed.
That is true. Is there a quarterback that panned out in that draft division?
Dude, I don't know who all was drafted that year.
I know. I'm sitting here trying to think of it, and I'm
well,
like, eh.
I haven't really paid much attention to when that was.
If I remember correctly, that was a crappy draft year. I think that was the year the running backs were good.
Was it? Could be. I don't know.
I think it was.
Either way, good job, Titans. You're still in that division, even though we all know you're probably not going to win it.
Dude, that division is tight.
Yeah.
Like, super tight.
Yeah.
I think it's a game apart for 3 teams.
It's pretty close to that if it's not.
Because I have a feeling that Houston's going to split with Indy.
They could. It's hard to say, dude. That division's close. Like I said, right now, Titans are still technically in it, but they're like the one team that everyone's like, yeah, we don't see them winning that out of anybody in it.
Yeah.
Because, well, they're the Titans, and while they look good one game, the next game they won't.
No, but they'll probably beat the Chiefs. Because they always play good against the Chiefs.
Do they play them this year?
Yeah, they play them in Minnesota.
No. I don't know.
So
we'll see what happens. Had another matchup between the Colts and the Broncos. This one way tighter than anybody thought it would be. Colts coming out on top 15-13. Adam the GOAT Vinatieri bombing a 51-yarder for the win.
But he missed one at the beginning of the game.
Yeah, but because I actually saw a video yesterday of his former punter / ball holder, Pat McAfee, talking to him about it. He was like, the first one, there was a dude right in your face, and I understood what you were doing. You're trying to hook it around him, and it never hooked back. He's like, it just went out, and it never pulled. So I'm like, okay, that one makes sense. The missed field goal, he was like, pretty much everything about that just went wrong. He's like, it wasn't even on Vinatieri. Like, the whole operation just went wrong.
See, I missed that interview, I guess.
It was on his YouTube channel.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no. It's on his podcast show or whatever, and he was talking to Vinny about it, and I was like, oh, okay, now all this makes more sense, because there's probably little nuanced things that as a viewer you don't notice, but a player's like, I understand where that went wrong.
Yeah. And
the missed field goal, after hearing about that, I was like, that explains why that was so bad, because, well, it just never hooked. But yeah, Colts coming out on top. Again, way closer than anybody thought that game would be. Thought the Colts were going to run away with that because the Broncos were god-awful last Thursday, and the Broncos said, yo, we at least going to put up a fight.
Yeah.
We had a matchup between the Rams and the winless Bengals. The Rams coming out on top 24-10. At one point, this game was 17-10, and I thought the Bengals might get their first win.
I didn't think they'd win. I figured the Rams would pull it together. But, man, the Rams just still look bad.
Yeah. I mean, things just are not clicking for them.
Yeah, I don't think they'll make the playoffs this year.
Right now, they're 5-3. I don't know what the rest of their schedule looks like. But, yeah, it'd be because I think the top two in that division are the Niners and the Seahawks, hands down.
And I know they have to play the Seahawks one more time.
And I don't know if they could squeak out that second wild card, because for 3 in one division to make it in is hard.
Yeah.
The AFC West has done it once or twice, but that's when 3 of them are just killing it.
Yeah.
And, well, the Rams ain't exactly killing it. They struggling.
Yeah, like you said, I don't know what's not clicking there.
Yeah. Rams, get your crap together if you want to win. I'm not too upset. I don't have anything against the Rams, but kind of glad Stan Kroenke isn't doing so hot this year, because Stan Kroenke, you're an a-hole.
That is true, too. I could care less if they make it or not.
Yeah. The team as a whole, I got nothing against you guys. I like you, but your owner's an ass, so
Yeah.
he can go fall in a hole. Saints fans, you can rejoice as Drew Brees was back in a matchup between the Cardinals. Saints completely manhandling them 31-9.
Yeah, looked like he didn't miss a snap.
While Brees did throw a pick, that was also just a hell of a snag by Patrick Peterson.
Yeah.
And other than that, he pretty much looked like Drew Brees and was like, yo, I'm fine.
You know, though, if you're a Saints fan, you should be happy anyway because you went 5-0 without him.
Yeah. Went undefeated without him, and now you're still undefeated as he comes back. Yeah. So, good job, Saints.
Yeah. Good job, Teddy Bridgewater. I don't think he gets enough credit.
Yeah. Honestly, y'all probably should be undefeated, but got screwed against the Rams again. So, you know.
They're ahead of that division by, 3 games?
I don't know because I don't remember who all's in their division. The Falcons, Carolina, and Tampa, and who else is in
Saints,
that?
Carolina, Tampa.
I know we're missing one clearly, but I forget who's in the AFC South.
Falcons. That's 4 right there.
Oh, yeah. I don't think they're that far. No, they're not that far ahead of Carolina. They're like 2 games up on them.
And then 3 above Tampa? 4 above Tampa?
3 or 4 above Tampa, and like
7
basically flop the schedule, and that's the Falcons record. So we ain't gonna look at that one. But yeah, Saints keep on rolling. Drew Brees saying, "Yo, my thumb's fine. Let's go.
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep winning." Though to be fair, it was against the Cardinals, who, while they were on a 2-game win streak, let's be real, it wasn't against someone like the Saints.
That is
so. True. Had to tamper some expectations there. Had a matchup between the Jaguars and the Jets, and Sam Darnold apparently still seeing ghosts as he throws 3 picks.
Dude.
And the Jaguars walk over them 29-15.
Along with Garner Minshew showing that he's still just having fun playing football.
Oh, yeah.
Jeez.
I don't think anyone has more fun on the field than Gardner Minshew.
Like, he completely adapts the role of, I'm a backup and I'm going to lose my job, so I might as well have fun right now.
All right. There's only been like 1 or 2 games he's kind of looked flustered, but even in like some of the ones he's lost, he's like, nah, bro, watch this.
Like, did they give him the Chiefs loss? Is that on him or is that on Nick Foles?
No, that's on Foles, technically, because they only give it to the starter.
Okay, so yeah, even when he played the Chiefs, he still looked good. He almost won them the game.
Yeah.
They were only down by, 10?
I don't know. It was a close matchup. But, yeah, Minshew is just, like, going out there and adding to the legend of Gardner Minshew.
And the mustache.
Yep. So, Jags fans, you got a good one. Even if he gets relegated to backup, you got a good one for the future if you don't hold on to Nick Foles, because he's showing, hey, I can ball.
Mm-hmm.
Though it might change if he becomes a full-time starter, because then he might get nervous.
Can you argue, like, if Nick Foles comes back, like, Garner Minshew has earned the spot, or would you
there is, like, a very slim chance Minshew keeps that job, because they would be paying Nick Foles way too much money to sit on the bench.
Well, what happens if Nick Foles comes back and is worse?
I doubt that happens.
You never know. He's done it before.
Sort of. He hasn't really come back like on a team that he's done well with and looked worse. He did with the Rams, but I don't blame him with the Rams because that was when the Rams were a dumpster fire and Jeff Fisher had no idea what he was doing.
That is true.
So that was just not a good situation for
to give
Foles.
The ball to Jackson, and that was it.
Steven, early in his career, yeah. I was like, when Foles got there, Jackson was gone. But yeah, earlier, yeah, that's all he did. But yeah, Minshew keeps rolling. Sam Darnold still seeing ghosts.
Yeah, they didn't even give the ball to Bell that much.
Nope.
I was kind of surprised.
Yeah, they pay one of the best running backs in the league all this money, and they haven't really used him.
Yeah, I think he touched it 17 times.
Which is low for him. He's used to like 25 and up.
Yeah.
We had another matchup between the 49ers and the Panthers. 49ers just absolutely kicking the crap out of the Panthers, 51-13.
No, that's only Kyle Allen's second loss, though.
First loss.
First loss? Okay.
Yep. That was Kyle Allen's first ever loss because they were 4-2 going into this game, and both of those losses came with Cam. And last year when he played Week 17, he won.
So it's interesting to see how he's going to bounce back this coming up Week 2. Yeah.
And to you Panthers fans out there, don't feel bad he lost. That Niners defense is kicking the crap out of everybody.
Yeah, I saw earlier that they won an argument for, is it Nick Bosa?
Yeah.
Joey Bosa.
Nick Bosa should be defensive MVP as a rookie.
They won an argument that
he should. Have you been watching that? This dude is kicking everybody's butt.
Yeah. I don't doubt it. He made Baker Mayfield look stupid.
Yeah. And he made Kyle Allen look stupid. Almost took a pick back to the house, and he's an edge rusher. So, Niners, keep doing what you're doing because it's clearly working. You're clearly liking that Emmanuel Sanders trade because, well, he already got you a touchdown.
Yeah. What a good trade for them.
Good job, Niners. I still think you need to find a little better of a number one. I like Sanders, but I think he's a better complimentary 2 than a true 1.
I think he's up there in age now to where I don't think he's a number 1 anymore. I do think he's a complimentary 2. But don't they have Chris Godwin too?
No, that's the Bucks.
Or do they have a good one? I thought they have someone there that starts with a G in his last name that's supposed to be their number 1.
Yeah, he's not really a true 1 either.
Okay,
they need to find. They've got a good group of people. The only thing they're missing is like a real number 1 guy. But they might just be like, yo, we're going to address that in the draft because, well, we don't really need anything else.
I was trying to say, when you have a tight end and George Kittle, there's your really number 1 wide receiver.
Yeah, but, Kelsey was that for the Chiefs, and we realized that he needs an actual receiver there, too.
That's true.
But, yeah, Niners, keep doing what you're doing. If you make the Super Bowl and it's against the Patriots, Jimmy G, I hope you kick the crap out of your former teammates because, well, that would be amazing.
Unless it's against the Chiefs, then I hope you lose.
Well, yeah, but, we'll see what happens. Had a matchup between the Patriots and the Browns. Browns coming into this game, Jarvis Landry saying, we're going to beat the Patriots, and instead they lost 13-27 because, well, the Patriots defense keeps kicking the crap out of everybody.
Dude, that's about all they had, though.
Oh, I know. Like, the offense should be looking better, but they struggling. But that defense, man, I tell you what, I don't like it.
You know what? Besides the Browns, though, that's probably the only competition they've had to play.
Oh, I know. Like, really, I get, like, they haven't played. Right now, they're on, like, a historic run to be, like, one of the best defenses ever. At the same time, look at who they've played the first 8 weeks. It wasn't exactly hard.
Yeah, and I think this week they're playing the Ravens.
No idea. The back half of their schedule is going to be way tougher than the first half.
Though. Well, I know week
Not
13.
That it's still hard, but it's still tougher because, well, they actually have some tougher matchups.
I do know week 13 is going to be a tough one no matter what.
Is that the Chiefs?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's going to be that one.
That'll
will
be like
really
the
show
Rams.
us what that defense can do.
Yeah, that'll be like the Rams-Chiefs game last year.
No, that offense isn't good enough to do that.
Well, no, the hype around it. The hype.
Oh, well, it was last year, too.
Yeah, but we still lost by...
Lost by like a touchdown.
No, the first time we lost by a field goal. The second time we lost to touchdown.
It wasn't like anything more than one possession.
Yeah. Both times we lost by one possession.
Yeah. No one really surprised the Patriots won. I don't know what's wrong with the Browns. They have all the talent in the world, and they just can't make it work.
Well, this one didn't help that Nick Chubb fumbled the ball three separate times.
Yeah, but it was also like a monsoon, so it's kind of hard to hold on to it. This was like, if you saw the Redskins game last week with the Niners, same thing.
I know, but you're a running back. You've been through it now for at least 3 different divisions of high school, college, and now the pros.
Yeah, but
you should hold on to the ball no matter what.
Well, yeah, but when it's that wet, even gloves don't stick to it.
Yeah, but they should know to be more careful with the ball then.
I mean, you could be careful and it still pop out. It's wet. It's hard to hold. You ever tried holding on to a wet football? Kind of hard.
No, but I have held on to a wet soccer ball.
I mean, same thing. Real hard. But yeah, the Browns, you need to One, Baker, chill your attitude. I liked it last year. Now you got to prove yourself, and you ain't done it, and you're blaming everybody else. Stop turning into Ryan Leaf, because that's exactly what he did.
Yeah, he did do that, didn't he?
Ryan Leaf has come out and said he's doing exactly what I did, which is why he's probably going to fail if he keeps it up, because he's not taking responsibility and putting blame on everybody else.
Did you see where OBJ had goat cheese delivered to the Patriots locker room?
Had goat cheese delivered, gave Brady a pair of his goat hair sneakers. Odell, chill. Like, I don't know what to tell you, dude. Just chill out. Another matchup we had was between the Raiders and the Texans. This is the one you were talking about, where Deshaun Watson avoids the sack as he shrugs the guy off, his foot accidentally comes up straight through his face mask, kicks him right in the face. Deshaun Watson says, I don't care, I'm still going to throw a touchdown.
Yeah, he's a beast. I don't care what anyone says this year. Deshaun Watson's also in the running for the MVP. Because he's single-handedly holding this team together at this point.
Oh, yeah. I mean, the top 4 guys that I've seen for odds of winning MVP were Russell Wilson. Or no, he wasn't even in the top 4. I'd say he's probably top 5, though. They had Russell Wilson, Aaron Rodgers. Somehow Mahomes was still in that. I think being out pretty much ended that. But, for some reason they still have him in that. And then McCaffrey.
Well, you can't really take him out of it just because he got hurt.
Well, yeah, but, he also wasn't looking so hot the last, 2 games.
He's still thrown over, 250 yards?
Yeah, but 250 is kind of
Or he's almost at 300.
Yeah, but that's low for him. And to win back-to-back MVPs, you got to be even better.
Yeah.
And doing that isn't better.
I'll give you that. It's highly doubtful he'll get it.
I'd say Watson is number 5 in MVP talks, but... yeah, Texans coming out on top, 27-24. Raiders fans, don't feel bad. Y'all are putting up some good fights. You're winning some good games. So.
Even your coach came out and said, what are you going to do? He's good.
Yeah, I mean, it was a close game. Y'all have nothing. I think you get a couple more defensive pieces there, and you'll be fine. Honestly, I think that's all it is at this point. Get some better defensive guys. You'll be good.
See, I was more thinking a true wideout than Tyrell Williams.
Yeah, but they're making what they have work.
True.
It's working, and, Darren Waller's like, yo, just give me the ball a million times because I'm a boss. Yeah, Raiders fans, you got a good... things are looking up this year. While your record might not look great in the end, you've had some games that could have gone either way.
Are they in the wild card run for the AFC?
I'd say right now, probably not. They're 3-4, so I'd say they're just out of it. I mean, if they keep it up, they could be in it.
Because I know they're 2 in the AFC East, so...
yeah. AFC West.
Yeah, West, sorry.
Yeah. But at the same time, look who they're ahead of.
True.
But overall, things are looking up for the Raiders. The Texans, well, Watson still looks like a beast and is holding that team together.
True.
So it was a close game. Really good one, actually. Watched part of it before I had to leave for work. Our Sunday night matchup we had between the Aaron Rodgers-led Packers and the Matt Moore-led Chiefs. The Chiefs had no business even putting up a fight in this game, and instead they lost by a touchdown, 31-24. And that last touchdown was just nuts.
Yeah, that shouldn't have happened.
Dude, there was nothing more your defense could have done. They were all over him, and Rodgers is just like, yo, let me do my magic. And, well, he did.
Well, I saw an article that said, Chiefs fans, how does it feel to be Pat Mahomes by Aaron Rodgers?
But I feel like Aaron Rodgers has been doing this way before Pat Mahomes ever stepped in.
True.
But, yeah, I get what they're saying, too. Yeah.
I can't believe...
Chiefs fans, feel good because, well, again, you had no business even putting up a fight in this game, and you did.
Yeah, and Matt Moore had an actual really good game.
Matt Moore's not a bad quarterback. He just never had the chance to do anything.
Yeah, that and his offense is amazing.
That too.
around him.
Yeah. He's got the weapons. Your defense stepped up. The first half, they only gave up 14. Second half, they gave up 17. While I get 31 isn't great, when the Packers go on a 6-minute drive, that kind of gasses your defense for the rest of the half. Because, that's exhausting.
And we're still doing it with backups, too.
Yeah, that too. A lot of backups still. Our last matchup we had was between the Dolphins and the Steelers. Not a huge surprise. Steelers coming out on top, though if you watched that game early, we all thought the Dolphins might actually win because at one point they had a 14-0 lead. Steelers ended up winning 27-14, so they put up 27 unanswered.
Yeah. Dude, that first touchdown pass that the Steelers did was pretty insane.
It was pretty good.
It was literally just a slant for 27 yards.
It was good. I mean, it was a good route ran. Nothing else about it was that insane. The Juju touchdown, pretty good. Straight up mossed the guy.
Yeah.
And then, James Conner got lucky on his because the ball crossed the plane by about an inch. Not even kidding, dude. I watched the replay, and that ball barely touches that line.
Hand grenades and horseshoes.
Oh, dude, I get it. It crossed the plane, but he got lucky it crossed the plane. Like, had that line been about an inch further, wouldn't have been a touchdown. But either way, the Steelers looked a little rough. Mason Rudolph, 20 of 36 on the day, so not great.
Dude, at one point, he was 9 of 20.
I know. Not great, but he did what he had to get the win. James Conner running for 145 yards.
That's what Steeler football should look like, though.
Yeah.
Like, just run the ball.
Yeah. Overall, Steelers more or less did what they were supposed to do and won. I'm not surprised they struggled a little bit as they are missing some key pieces, but still didn't quite expect them to struggle that much. That's all we got for scores. If you're wondering about the Cowboys and Ravens, both of them were on a bye week this week. Getting into injuries, we had a few big ones. The biggest one being Texans star defender J.J. Watt is out for the season with a torn pec. That's going to hurt. It sucks because I love J.J. Watt. He's an amazing player overall, but there's only so much you can do when you tore your pectoral muscle. That kind of hurts.
Yeah. But I didn't realize that he's ended the last 3 seasons on IR.
He didn't last year. I know he didn't on IR last year.
Okay, that's what they said on
probably
Sunday
3
night.
of the last 4, but not the last 3. Because last year he was mostly healthy.
Okay, so it might have been 3 of the last 4.
4 years ago now was when he had the knee injury. Then after that was the back. And then last year he played more or less the whole season. He might have missed a little bit here and there for some minor stuff, but he wasn't on IR. And then this year, back on IR with a torn pec.
Okay.
So, J.J. Watt just unlucky. I think that was really like the only
Brandon Cooks.
Huge one. Brandon Cooks did go out with a concussion.
They said that this one, although this one is more severe because it's his 4th one.
That's not good.
So they said that they don't know if he'll be cleared to play anymore this season because of how many he's had as of right now.
Yeah. We'll see what happens with Cooks. It's hard to say with the concussion what could go down. Hopefully they don't start him for a couple weeks. He needs to let his brain rest. But a couple other guys had some dents and dings here and there. The Chiefs losing 3 more guys.
All to like muscle strain.
They lost Brashad Breeland to a shoulder, Alex Okafor to an ankle, and Laurent Duvernay-Tardif, also known as the Good Doctor, also to an ankle. So
yeah,
that's your 3rd offensive lineman that's down.
Yep.
So the fact that, again, they were still putting up a fight, impressive.
Apparently our backups are good.
Green Bay lost Brian Balaga to a hand injury in that game. And, again, a couple other minor things throughout the league for different players. I don't know that any of them were – it doesn't look like anybody else was like
Flacco's out.
a big name player. Flacco, though, played that game. They pulled, like they said, he was out afterwards. Sam Darnold sprained his thumb, but like
he don't need to miss no more.
Yeah. Dede Westbrook suffered a neck and shoulder injury, but again, not sure how severe that one is. Otherwise, a bunch of like teams with like one, maybe two guys. San Francisco losing Matt Breida to an ankle injury. Not great, but you got Tevin Coleman, who had 4 touchdowns on the day, so
yeah,
not hurting too bad. Again, those you can look up the rest of the injuries because, again, most of them pretty minor.
Edmonds left the game too, but I can't remember from what.
Yeah, he was hamstring. So, again, you can check out the rest of those minor injuries because, well, there wasn't a whole lot. They're noteworthy outside of J.J. Watt and Brandon Cooks. J.J. Watt being the biggest there because, well, that's obviously season ending, whereas Cooks, we don't know.
Yeah.
In player news, we had a couple trades. If you obviously already mentioned it a little bit, but if you hadn't already seen somehow, last Wednesday, or was it late Tuesday, the Niners traded for Emmanuel Sanders with the Broncos. I think they gave up a third and like a 4th rounder for him, or something like that. So that was the first trade right before the deadline comes around.
Which is today at like 5 o'clock today? Or something like that.
Josh Gordon got placed on IR last week, which I might talk about a little more later here in a little bit because, well, I feel like the Patriots are about to screw him over, but we'll get into that in a sec. I'm just trying to hit a couple things real quick. The Cowboys traded for defensive end or tackle or whatever, Michael Bennett with the Patriots. So good job, Cowboys. I love that trade. I think we gave up like a 7th rounder for him.
Surprising, too.
Dude, it's because the Patriots literally didn't use him. Like, he barely played for them. And it wasn't because of injury. He just didn't fit. They got him initially because they had a 4-3 defense, which he fits well. When he got there, they switched to a 3-4, which he doesn't fit well.
Yeah.
And we have a 4-3, and we're like, yes, give him to us. So, good job to the Cowboys. Patriots dumping a player they didn't need. Drew Brees was back like we mentioned. Matt Ryan didn't play this week, but I don't exactly remember what for.
I can't remember what he hurt last week.
Marcus Peters, now the first player in NFL history to record a pick 6 for 2 different teams in a single season. So, actually, that was last week, but they didn't tell us that until this week. So, good job, Marcus Peters. Hopefully, you can actually cover better, but, at least you had pick 6s.
Helps that you have Earl Thomas as your safety.
Yeah. Couple of trades yesterday. The Cardinals traded for running back Kenyon Drake with the Dolphins. And Leonard Williams got traded from the Jets, but he literally doesn't have to go anywhere because they traded him to the Giants. So he went from one team to another, but literally doesn't have to move. As soon as he walks into MetLife, he literally takes like a left turn instead of a right.
Jesus.
Pretty simple. And Chargers fans, you should be happy because y'all fired your offensive coordinator, Ken Wisenhunt.
I was wondering when that was going to happen.
Yep, he got fired, so there's that. Flacco already ruled out for next week. And your division leaders right now are for the AFC in the North, we've got the Ravens at 5-2. The South is the Colts at 5-2. The East, obviously, the Patriots at 8-0. And then the West is the Chiefs at 5-3 with at least a 2-game lead over everybody right now. Well, really like a game and a half, but, there's only so much you can do about that. So we're just going to call it a 2-game lead.
Yeah.
In the NFC, the North being led by the Packers at 7-1. The South led by the Saints, 7-1. The West by the Niners at 7-0. and the East is led by the Cowboys at 4-3. A little bit more on that Josh Gordon thing.
Yeah, I kind of want to circle back around to this. What are you thinking on that?
From what I've heard, essentially, he's been placed on IR, and they said as soon as he's healthy, they're going to drop him, which is stupid.
Why not trade him? It's Josh Gordon.
Dude, I don't know. I don't understand their thought process. I don't know why you'd put so much into a player, and then as soon as you put him on IR, just be like, oh, well, once you're healthy, we're going to let you go.
What's he on IR for?
Dude, I don't remember. Whatever happened in the Giants game, he tweaked something in that game, and I don't remember what because it's been a couple weeks now, but yeah.
You know who needs to pick him up then?
The Niners? Yeah. I've been thinking that, but we'll have to see what happens there. It depends if they can really afford to grab him, too. Because to grab him, that means you have to give up a depth player somewhere. You can't keep everybody on your rosters. And if they like the depth that they have at certain positions, are they willing to give one of those up to get him?
I feel like if I wanted to white out one, then I would do it.
We'll see what happens. But yeah, that's really all I wanted to mention on that is that, they have put him on IR and basically said, as soon as you get healthy, bye. I don't know why. I think they're dumb for it because I like Josh Gordon. Oh, yeah, but they traded for him because of that. They knew they were going to, so they traded for Sanu.
I think that's stupid.
Yeah.
It's not like you've actually used it. You haven't even used him. Tom Brady won't even look at him half the time.
Yeah, you're not wrong. I don't know. I don't really have anything else this week. Oh, I guess one other thing real quick. Frank Gore right now is less than 130 yards away from being third all-time on the rushing list.
Who's he behind?
Currently,
besides Emmitt Smith and Walter Payton.
Barry Sanders.
Oh, so he could pass Barry Sanders or tie him?
Yep.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. He'll probably pass him before the season's over. He'll probably get third all-time before the season's over. Again, not a lot of yards. Even if you only churn out 30 yards a game in another 7-8 games, he'll get it.
It's interesting that you would say that, and then especially what we argued about whether or not he should get into the Hall of Fame.
I think he should.
I think he should too, but the people
there are people that have argued that he shouldn't, but
if he's freaking above Barry Sanders,
but they're going to look at it as the only reason he did it was because of his longevity, and his longevity enough to get you in the Hall of Fame.
I don't understand why wouldn't it? You're playing a man's sport.
Oh, I know. I think Frank Gore is clearly a Hall of Famer. I don't think he's a first round. I don't think he's a first ballot. Maybe even not a second ballot, but he's a Hall of Famer at some point.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was just the last thing to mention because I forgot I had seen that. So, Frank Gore, you keep doing your thing, the ageless wonder. Jeez. And while you do that, Adam Vinatieri's still going to be like, yo, I keep racking up more points.
That blows. Adam Vinatieri's what, 43?
46.
46. Jesus.
Vinatieri is 46. Literally, nobody else that started in the league with him is left.
Not even Janikowski? Because he's up there too.
I don't think Janikowski started when he did. I think Janikowski was just after him. Anybody that was in the league his first year is already gone.
Oh, my God. Grandpappy of the league.
Yeah, and he's still doing it. Yeah. I got nothing else this week. Alex, you got anything for the people?
You forgot to do records.
I did that.
Poll records.
Oh, I could mention that, I guess. Give me just 1 second to get those pulled up. I know... Actually,
I already know. If I'm Adam Vinatieri, yeah, I'll be kicker for $2 million a year.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't I?
Currently in our polls, Alex and John both tied at 11 and 11. I'm currently sitting in first at 13 and 8.
You're literally only 2 games ahead of us.
In a sense, yes.
I didn't realize that. I thought you were 4 for some reason.
But, that's what happens when, for some reason, you both picked the Jets and then John picked the Dolphins. So,
The Jets one's not as bad when you compare it to what they did to the Cowboys.
Yeah, but the Cowboys' defense wasn't the Patriots' defense.
True.
I think that's all we got for this week. Alex, is there anything else we're missing?
No, I do not think so.
All right. Well, we're going to call that a day, and this is JC Radio signing out.
Peace.